Hello, good evening all to this wonderful session, Speaking Subtest. This is Krishnaveni, one of the former OET aspirants from EduSkills family. Today I'm going to deal this speaking subtest. Uh, I know most of you have been concerned about how to deal with the role play cards, but if you follow some tips and tricks, you will definitely know how easy it will be. So let me share you my screen so that you will understand what is the speaking subtest and how you can deal with it. As you know, speaking subtest consists 20 minutes to deal with your role play card. This entire speaking test will be recorded for marking purpose. And when you enter for your speaking subtest, there will be some pre-checks, kind of like ID checking. So when you enter into the examination hall or the speaking test room, you will be asked to show your identification in order to confirm the right candidate came for the exam. Once the ID checking is finished, you will be asked by the examiner some warm-up questions. It's just to make sure the candidate is comfortable and the good rapport is built between the examiner and the candidate. After the warm-up questions, you will be given 2 role play cards, one followed by another. Each role play card will have 3 minutes preparation time for the candidate. After 3 minutes preparation time, you have to start your role play card. As we all know that OET speaking subtest will be given marks based on 2 criteria. The first one is linguistic criteria. In this, the examiner or the interlocutor will be looking into candidates' intelligibility, fluency, appropriateness of language, resource of grammar and expressions. So these are 4 linguistic criteria they will be looking at while marking your speaking role play card. Then clinical communication criteria. In this criteria, the candidate will be assessed on 5 different elements. The first one is relationship building, and the next, understanding and incorporating the patient's perspective. And the third one is providing structure. That means the candidate has to provide the structure, like it should be in the order, or it has to be given in case if you are explaining to the patient regarding the diet modification, or in case regarding the injections or the disease condition. So it should have some structure while you are explaining to the patient, in case like to the examiner. Then the fourth one is information gathering. Before you give the information to the patient, you must have some information in your hand. So you should be very competent in collecting the information. When you gather the information, then you will be giving the best information to the candidate where they will be more satisfied. And the final thing is information giving. This information giving is what you are going to give, like suggestions or reassurance. These kind of things will be coming under the information giving. All right. So as I said earlier, warm-up questions will be given for the candidates just to know or to make sure the patient, candidate feel comfortable and confident about the rest of the process. As I said it earlier, the warm-up questions will not be asked for the marking criteria or for the scoring purpose of the candidate. And these warm-up questions will be usually 3 to 4 questions. Those questions will be very simple, like tell me about yourself, or what's your background Why did you choose nursing? Or what do you think about nursing? Do you think nursing is the best career or best profession? So such questions will be asked, and again reminding you that this form of questions will not be having any impact on your speaking test. Like you will not be gained marks or lose marks if you do some mistake even though. And these 3 to 4 questions will be taken almost 3 to 4 minutes. After that, your real speaking test will be started. Like you will be given the role play card, then you will be having 3 minutes preparation time. During the preparation time, you will be preparing like short notes, how you are going to present the role play card. And if you need any information or a clarification, if you do not understand the role play card, that's the time you should ask your interlocutor. Once the role play is started, you don't have any time or chance to ask the interlocutor. So 3 minutes preparation time is your ideal time or the best time to uh, get information from the examiner or like asking the patient name kind of things. Then here I'm showing you that sample patient card. Okay, in this is a nursing sample OET sample test nursing role play card. Here I'm showing you that. Here the setting is medical clinic, and the patient is you are a 60-year-old diabetic. You have managed your diabetes for a number of years with a diet and tablets. However, your doctor wants you to start on having insulin injections. You are seeing the nurse to be shown how to give yourself these injections. So the task has been given. When asked, say you are a bit anxious and you are unsure about starting insulin injection. You have been managing your diets or you have been managing your diabetes well till now. And the next task is when asked, say you just don't really like the thought of injecting yourself.
Excuse me, Krishnaveni. Your
Yes,
slides are not visible. It's not moving.
sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Cool. Yeah, now it is.
Okay now?
Now it is visible. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here I'm showing that sample patient card. In this sample patient card, the setting is given like medical clinic. So it's like GP clinic, all right? And the patient is you are a 60-year-old diabetic. You have managed your diabetes for a number of years with a diet and tablets. However, your doctor wants you to start having insulin injection. You are seeing the nurse to be shown how to give yourself these insulin injections. And the task has been given like when asked, say you are a bit anxious and you are unsure about starting insulin injection. You have been managing your diabetes well until now. And the second task is when asked, say you just don't really like the thought of injecting yourself. You don't think you are able to do it. And the third one goes, ask if there is another way to manage your diabetes. And the fourth one is say you understand all the information which is given by the nurse. And the fifth one is say you feel better about the injection now. You are ready for the nurse to watch you give yourself an injection. So this is the patient task. As OET candidates, we never get the patient card because we will be acting as a nurse in our real exam. So patient card will be with the interlocutor. So don't bother or don't worry about the patient card. Just concentrate on the nursing card. So in the nurse role play card, it has been given the background information. You are 60 years old patient has type 2 diabetes, which has been moderately well controlled by diet and oral medications until now. However, recently the patient's blood sugars have been high. The doctor has decided to commence insulin injection. You are seeing the patient to show him or her how to administer the injection. So this background information is giving us that you are the nurse, and there is one patient with type 2 diabetes mellitus, and he just came to the GP clinic in order to commence the insulin injection. I mean, like the doctor has wanted the patient to be on insulin injection. So you as a nurse, you have to show him how to take the insulin injection. All right. And then the task has been given. There you have to be concentrate more while your 3 minutes preparation time, as well as while you're presenting yourself with the role play card in front of the examiner. So while you're preparing for your 3 minutes preparation time, I strongly suggest to you guys to concentrate on the main verbs or the do verbs, which is given in the starting of the task. So that is confirm, reason for appointment. So here the word comes with confirm. So that word itself give us that something we have to confirm. So we'll be more keen on that word. Just to try to underline that word before your preparation, like before initiating the role play card. So when you see the word, you will have some idea. Oh, something I have to confirm to the patient. So already the things has been given in the brackets, like self-administering injections for diabetes and advice and observation. So, and one more key important thing, or one more tip I can say to the OET aspirants is never neglect the bracket things, because wherever the bracket comes, there the much more information will be given. So from there you can, if even you don't know the role play or you don't know anything about the disease condition, something you will get from that bracket. You will be, something has been given in that. So from that you can just create a information and you can start to talk in role play card. Then the second one is showing, second task for the nurse is showing explore reasons for patient's anxiety. Because in the patient card, it has been given show that you are so more anxious about the insulin injection. So here we have to ask why the patient is so anxious. And the third one is reassure patient about managing injection. Though patient is still not feeling competent enough, so we have to reassure him that how to take the injection or how to manage himself. Like clear instructions we have to give, easier with practice, and he can able to do that. Just he needs some push up. You need to motivate him or you need to encourage him in order to take the injection. And the next one is emphasize the injections are best option available, because in the patient card again it has been given that he don't want to go for the injection first of all, and is there any other alternatives are available, like he was asking in the patient card. So in the nurse card it has been given the best option is only the injection. So always the patient card will be interlinked with the nurse's card. So we must be more a good listener. Why? Because if patient is saying something, and for example, it is not that mandatory to come the role play card by like task one, task two, task three, task four. They can jump the examiner or evaluate interlocutor can be jumped from first point to third point. So if you are not keenly listening to the patient, you can't able to give the opinion or give the information to the patient correctly. So I always strongly suggest to the candidates to be a good listener. Then from the listening itself, you can able to instead of focusing only on the role play card, listen to the patient. So when the patient say you something from the conversation itself, you can pick up some points and you can discuss the rest of the role play card as well. And the final task is given, like explain the importance of safe needle disposal. So after the injection, what the, necessary precautions the candidate or the patient has to be taken. So these are all the things given in the bracket: suitable containers, proper care handling, and all these things. After that, whenever the role play card is finished, you don't know how much time it is uh, left for you, because it will be given like 5 minutes for each role play card. If your 5 minutes is not up, don't stop. Try to summarize the role play card, whatever you have discussed to the patient. Try to summarize it. So from then, the patient will have the chance again to recollect the information from your talk. And if in case if 5 minutes is finished, the examiner definitely will stop you. Don't worry or don't bother about something is like if they're stopping you. But be time oriented always, and you have to be focused on the role play card very properly. When you will be able to answer the questions, you might not cover all the information, but however, you think if you have finished the role play card, Like instead of 5 tasks, if you finished only the 4 tasks and 1 task you didn't discuss, don't worry. Directly jump to the summary, because always giving the reiterate or summarizing the content will be giving you an extra additional marks for that as well. So here I'm showing you the sample script for speaking class, which I showed you earlier. So here I will be acting as a nurse and Anita will be acting as patient in order to show you how the real role play card will be uh, presenting to you. So as the nurse, I'm just going to present as a nurse. Hi, my name is Krishna. I'm one of the nurses working in this GP clinic, and
Excuse
I'm
me.
here. Yes.
Your slide is not visible.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's now it is. Okay.
Yeah. So from here, now I'm acting as a nurse, and Anita will be acting as the patient. Hi, my name is Krishna. I'm one of the nurses working in this GP clinic, and I'm here to help you with demonstrating taking of insulin injection.
Hi, I'm William. Nice to meet you.
And nice to meet you, William. Your GP needs you to start on insulin injection since your diabetes is not controlled by diet and tablets. Would that be okay if I start to explain you about taking insulin injection?
Next slide, sir. Frankly speaking, I'm a bit nervous about the whole process.
All right, that's quite natural, William. Firstly, firstly, Anita, can you see it?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. That's quite natural, William. Firstly, I would like to reassure you that self-injecting insulin is pretty easy and very straightforward. Don't worry, I will explain you the entire steps. Then you will be more confident in doing it. How does that sound? Nita?
Hello. Yeah.
Yeah?
Can you change it to next slide? I'm quite anxious. Why should I start on insulin? Is there any alternative for injection?
I got you, William. But taking tablet or diet is not that good option for you at the moment because your diet is not controlling your sugar levels in the blood. Therefore, insulin injection is the best option now since it has faster absorption into bloodstream compared to tablets. Would you like me to discuss about it more?
Yes, please.
Okay. Wash hands and make sure they are dry. Take the insulin pen and check the expiry date on it. Select the dose as per the GP's prescription. Then hold the skin on your tummy with your thumb and index finger. Then press the needle 45 to 90-degree angle to inject the insulin. Then leave in place for 5 to 10 seconds. Please remember, don't use the same spot to get the injection every day. Try to change spots for everyday use. By doing this, you could prevent lump formation. Am I clear to you, William?
Yes, you are. However, I'm still nervous about taking injection, but I will give a try.
Good on you, William. You can do it.
Should I continue taking injection or for the rest of my life?
I'm afraid I'm not the right person to decide on it. However, from my experience, I can tell you that your GP will keep eye on your blood sugars for a period of time. If your sugar levels comes down, he might try another option on you, like changing you onto tablets along with considering diet modification. How does that sound?
That's pretty relaxing.
Finally, I would like to stress the importance of safe disposal of used needles in this yellow container. When it is full, try not try not to put any other needles in it. When it is full, go to nearest pharmacy, then exchange with the new bin. That will help in preventing needle injuries to you and your loved one as well. Will you able to do that?
Yes, I do.
Safe storage of unused insulin, it has to be refrigerated. So when you have the new insulin injections, kindly keep it in the ref so that it will not be exposed to the light. Do you have any more concerns?
Not at all. You helped me to gain confidence to deal with my insulin injection.
Great, William. Before concluding, I would like to summarize about our today's conversation. Check the injection, choose the dose to be given, press on the tummy, dispose the needle in sharp container, rotate the injection site, get new sharp bin when it's filled. Thank you for your time and the patience, William. I wish you a healthy future ahead. Bye now. So, I think you got some idea how to deal with the role play card. Never ever only concentrate on the role play card or never only concentrate on the patient. Like you have to be follow the patient. When the patient says something, you have to react accordingly. So you can able to clear the OET very easily. So tips to deal with the speaking subtest is read the role play card setting properly because from the setting itself you will understand where the role play is happening, like it is emergency department or it is the suburban cleaning or it is a GP cleaning or it is in the home setting. So you can easily get the information from the background setting or background information. Then from there itself you can understand what time of the day it is because at times in the OET speaking subtest there will be giving the cards on Saturday night or on Sunday night, a patient came to emergency department, okay, after the motor vehicle accident. So in case, like if in that condition, we must be knowing the time, like if it is given like in the Saturday night, so it is like obviously you should wish the examiner by that time, like good morning. Though your speaking subtext is at evening, never go with the same time. Just start to like act accordingly on the role play card. Okay. Then sometimes the patient will be adult and at times the patient will be child. Like for example, the mother will be coming with her child who is having choking or who is having like kind of flu or fever, something to the emergency department or somewhere. So you can't directly speak with the child. If it is like if at least they are 14 years or 15 years, they can understand what you are saying. But still, if the patient is accompanied with the parent, better to address with the mother or the parent. So you should even ask the patient name. And while you are discussing, you can say that, okay, Miss Mary, I have seen that your daughter is having severe cough. Okay, I strongly suggest to Elise to be like having some kind of hot drinks in order to liquefy the secretion. So, by the way, you have to include the patient as well as the mother because the child itself can't understand. So, the mother will be thinking that, okay, she know about my child's condition and she know how to care my baby. So, there the positive environment will be created. So, you should always consider the patient as well as the like mother or the guardian, whoever comes with patient. In case of the children, if the adults only concentrate on the patient and understand the concept. So when you read the background information, you will understand what concept it is giving, like which disease condition or about which procedure it is given. So you will have some idea. But if not at all worry, if you don't know anything about the condition, you can ask the examiner either, or second thing, you can just read the points from the role play card, you will get at least some information. So anyway, don't worry. And one more thing, don't worry about explaining the things. They are just only assisting your knowledge on the communication or knowledge on the English, not on the medical. For example, if they have given some condition and you never heard about that condition, don't worry. They are not assessing your medical knowledge. If you do some mistake, even in like giving information kind of things, that's okay. But communication wise, you must be thorough. Then not to just stick to the role play card sequence, follow the patient or interlocutor. As I said it earlier, patient can be talking from one task to third task, so he can jump, or third task to fifth task, and later on he can come to the second task. So always follow the patient and never forget to summarize the main points. Like as I said it in the last speaking card, I explained all the things like taking the injection, choose the dose to be given, and press the tummy. These are all the things I have explained in almost like 4 minutes role play card. But I don't have much time to again to explain all these things. So in order to just to make sure that we explained everything to the patient, so you can just give like a glimpse on the information, like very noted points. Press on the tummy, dispose the needle in chalk container, rotate the injection. So these things which is given in the brackets itself we are using. So if you don't have enough time, you can go and do these things as well. And finally, as a candidate, we have to be doing some things and do something and don't do another things in speaking test, like do's and don'ts in speaking test. Do's is be confident, be in natural tone, give response to patient while listening, like, okay, I got you. Very good. Wonderful. Fantastic. So if you give some kind of attention to the patient, so they know that you are listening to them. And very sadly, speaking is only recording. They are not doing it video or kind of thing. So they don't know what kind of gestures you are giving. So better always give sound or voice to the person whom you are speaking with. Then make a small note during your 3 minute preparation time. So when you have 3 minute preparation time, collect as much as the information you can collect, but never write the long sentences. Try to write a small note or hints kind of thing. If possible, instead of writing hypertension, you can just write it like a HTM. Create your own abbreviations. There is no wrong in that. You can just make a short note and ask for the patient name during your preparation time. The next one is use proper noun and pronoun during the speaking. As I said it earlier, when you are speaking with the mother, mm, uh, for example, she brought a baby girl to the emergency department. While you are speaking, your daughter has to be, well covered, or she has to be taking the medicine. Something if you are explaining to the mother, so better use the proper noun instead of like if you are using her name, that is fine. Or else if she brought the baby girl and you're saying he should drink more water, instead of the baby girl, there it should come like already the baby girl should come she. So instead of while you're in tension, you may use it like a he. So these are all very minor things, but most of the candidate will commit mistakes. And initiate the role play. Be the leader. When you initiate the role play, you can lead the entire role play with ease. Okay. And some don'ts also is there in speaking subtest, because most of the candidates, for example, if I, as I shown you earlier, the speaking test for the diabetes, there it is given that the candidate is very frightened and he don't want to take any injections. So you can't force him that you should take it. You have to take it. There is no other option. You can't tell that. Tell it in polite way that I'm afraid, Mr. William, there is no other option at the moment. Convince the patient with your speaking skills, not like frightening them or not forcing them for something. And if the patient is saying, and I think my blood sugars are okay at the moment, if we say that, don't be judgmental that, yeah, your blood sugars is very fine now, so no need to take injection. Like, don't deviate the topic there and don't go off the topic, or don't be judgmental to the patient. Then another important thing is don't talk continuously. Give the chance to the patient or the interlocutor to raise the questions or to raise their concern. If you start to talk continuously, there will not be any chance for the interlocutor or the patient to raise the questions and to lead the role play card to go front. And another important thing is don't use any medical jargon. Try only the layman terms. For example, in the earlier role play card, a man is with 60-year-old and he's with diabetes. So if you say him about the diabetes mellitus, if diabetes is very common word, I think they might understand it. So blood sugars also is easily understandable word. So try to use these things instead of using, you have type 2 diabetes mellitus, non-insulin dependent diabetes mellitus. So if you use all these words, they won't know what it is. So there it will create the kind of discrepancy, or you can't really help them with what you want to say to them. So avoid the medical jargon. When you avoid the medical jargon, you can just explain in like layman term or normal terms. So they can ask more questions if they have anything, or they can understand your perspective as well very easily. And thank you for everyone for attending today's speaking session. Any doubts or any concern, please ask me. I'm ready to answer all your questions.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, yes,
Can you
Anita.
explain me that third slide? Yeah, OET
This
speak.
one, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
Anita, this OET speaking subtest is consist of two criteria. Because as, for example, just simply to say, if you want to cook a recipe, you must know what the ingredient we should use. The same way, for the OET speaking subtest, in order to pass, we should know what they are concentrating on. The examiner will be focusing on linguistic criteria and communication criteria. It is given in the OET official website as well, and I have discussed regarding these two criteria in the old speaking subtest, which is there in our EduSkills family OET channel, YouTube channel. So you can go and check it. But for time being now, I can explain you in detail this. Linguistic criteria is consist of four like elements. The first one is intelligibility. How intelligible, like how easily you are communicating with the patient, or how easily you can explain. For example, if the patient is asking something out of the role play card or something, he asks you how actively or how knowledgeably you are explaining to him. And the second thing is fluency, how fluent you are with the patient, because our accent is different from the European accent. I know, completely understand that, but fluency wise, you should be more competent. Why? Because if you start to explain, that is very good. You take more water. That is very good. If you say in that context, like, because most of the people we used to get, what can I say, that we used to get the slang in between to our speech. So you should be more fluent. You should. That's very good, Trillium. If you have to drink the more, if you want to drink more water, that's a good idea, because as a diabetic candidate, you will have more thirsty. So your fluency should be like in a proper way, that easy to understand, and like they can understand it easily if you have good fluency. And appropriate of language. While you're speaking to the candidate, talk in a proper way, like how it will be given, like appropriate of language. You should select the proper language. For example, if patient is saying that I didn't understand how to take the insulin injection, then you can't say that, oh, you didn't understand. This is the way you should take the injection. If you say that way, that is not the correct way. You should use the, oh, I'm so sorry, William. Don't worry. I'll help you with the insulin injection. So from then, the appropriate language, the patient is worried and you start to panic him. Though we should not do all these things. We should be like, calm down the patient and give more courage to him, or more support to him. So you should select the language, open-ended questions and sometimes closed-ended questions. If you want to elaborate the topic, you just ask an open-ended question. Could you please tell me when the diabetes has started? Since how many years you are oral tablets? So you are opening the question so the patient can tell you that I have been diabetic for 20 years, sister. I have been managing very well with my diet and the tablets. But the thing now, I don't know, all of a sudden, the doctor wants to me to start on insulin injection. If he say that, so you understand that he's having since 20 years the diabetes, and he is very well managed with the drugs and like tablets and the diet. But now he has to start on insulin. So that is open type of question. And in case of closed-ended questions, do you feel have you had pain, or have you had good sleep? Like yes or no questions, closed-ended questions is typically. So only the patient can say yes or no to that question. So the appropriateness of language should be used by while questioning or while collecting the information. Resources of grammar and expression. So you should express the patient like how you are, how you are going to explain to him. If the patient is saying that I'm not very sure about taking the insulin injection, there you should tell the patient, don't worry, Mr. William, I'm here to help you. So from that expression, some patient will feel that he's in the safe hands. So this linguistic criteria is having four things, four elements: intelligibility, fluency, appropriateness of language, and research of grammar and expression. So you should use the proper grammar to explain to the patient. And communication, clinical communication criteria. In this relationship building, for example, when I start the role play card, I said to him, "Hello, my name is Krishna. I'm one of the nurses working in this GP clinic." So I just started interacting myself or introducing myself with the patient. Instead of instead of doing that, or by not doing that, I directly, if I say that, "Okay, William, the doctor told you to take the injection, so I came here to give you the injection." Patient will feel, "Who is she? What is she talking about? Gee, she just came and said that about insulin injection. I don't know who is she." Like, so the patient will not be that comfortable. So try to maintain the relationship, like at least to introduce yourself and ask the patient and make them in comfortable zone. Then the next one is understanding and incorporating the patient's perspective. You should understand, keep yourself in patient's shoes. Then you will understand what questions they will have and what worries they are having. So you can help them more better when you keep yourself in patient's shoes. Then providing structure. So you should be given, like, firstly in this role play card, I have given like okay, firstly I gave him nice to meet you, like introduction I gave. Then when he asked some questions, I gave him information like taking insulin is very straightforward. The next thing I got, when patient is giving his own information, like there is any other alternatives, I gave him information controlling blood sugar with the insulin is the best option. So the next one is sequencing. I have gone to the other step, like how to take the insulin injection. He has to start washing his hands and loading the injection. You see, their transitional words I used here, like take the insulin pen and select the door, and then I use some other words to shift from one point to other point. So this is how you should use for providing structure. And information gathering. While information gathering in the role play card, I have asked him that, um, like how since how many years you have the diabetes, or because this patient just came to the GP clinic and you are giving only the information about the insulin injection. If you are meeting the person first time, you can gather the information like since how many years you are suffering from this diabetes, and were any of your family members is having diabetes mellitus, or you have this diabetes mellitus from your childhood, or you started it on recently. So you can gather the information from the patient. Patient is the best source for your role play card. If you get information from them, you can easily lead the role play card. Then the next one is information giving. In this information giving, what are all the things you have collected from the patient, like in the way of concerns or the worries, whatever it is, the patient has expressed to you. So this is the final step you can deal with patient with giving information. When you give the proper information, the patient will be very happy, and they can have more relaxing even. Am I clear to you, Anita? I suggest, hello?
Yeah, yes,
Yeah,
yes, it is clear.
yeah, yeah. I
Thank
suggest you
you.
to do one more thing. When you get time, just open the official OET website and you can see the speaking criteria. It is
Okay.
given just like a box, but I just gave here only few points. uh, I did not describe it like entire content. So when you get time, just go to it. And because if you know these linguistic criteria and clinical communication criteria, then definitely you can able to crack more marks. Because most of the candidates, they don't know what it is the like assessment criteria. Without knowing these basic things, if you go and present the role play card, also you won't. Some people will be failing with 10 and 20 marks in speaking even. If you can follow this linguistic criteria and communication criteria, definitely I can promise you that every candidate will get above 400. That's not that tough subject. Speaking is one of the easiest subtest where I feel competent enough. Is there
Okay.
anything else I can help you, Anita?
Because I have one doubt,
Yeah,
because
please.
that warm-up questions are there, no?
Yeah.
That what and all we can ask with intellect.
No, no, no.
So,
Warm-up questions is the interlocutor will be asking you the question. For example,
okay,
if I am the nurse,
okay,
sorry, if I am the interlocutor and you are the candidate nurse for the exam you came, so I just ask you like, can you please tell me yourself how you will just let us act as it is their real role play card. So I'm the interlocutor and you are the candidate nurse.
okay.
Can I just get your ID, please? First of all.
Yes, is my ID. Yeah, I can tell like that. Okay,
No, no, ID means like passport.
okay.
When I ask you, can you show me your ID? So you will give that here it is, or here it is
Yeah,
my passport. So when
okay,
the passport checking is just they will check your name and the details which is given the correct or not. So
okay,
once it is finished, then they will start with warm up questions. Okay, Anita, I'm just going to have ask you some questions. These are warm up questions. It will not be awarded any marks to you, but it makes you to just feel comfortable and to know each other.
okay,
All right. Can you please tell me about yourself?
okay. I'm Anita Silvia Lobo. I'm from Bangalore. I'm working as a staff nurse in Bangalore reputed hospital.
Oh,
I
that's good.
completed I'm completed my GNM in Bangalore. So now I would like to complete my OET, and
Mm-hmm.
I wish to go my dream country.
All right. I wish you all the best for that. And why did you choose nursing as your profession?
Uh, because my fashion is to help others, and who is needed for our help in like some
That's good.
yeah.
Um, I have one more question to you.
Yeah,
Do you
okay.
think nursing is changing in the recent times?
Pardon me, I'm not here.
Do you think the nursing profession has been changing in the recent times?
Yes, because nowadays, now that generation is changing, because some are not liking this job, because they have to serve the patient like that. But some are liking this job because they want to go abroad and earn the money. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's it, Anita. Your warm-up session has been finished now.
Okay.
And
Thank you.
I have two role play cards. Okay, first I'll give one role play card and you will have 3 minutes preparation time for that. When you finish your 3 minutes preparation time, I will stop you. Don't worry. Then you have to start your role play card. And when your 5 minutes time is finished, I will let you know. And
Okay.
your first role play card is here. So by this way, the speaking will be started. And then when the interlocutor will give you the role play card, you will be definitely the role play card will be she'll be giving you the nurse. If you are the nurse candidate, she'll be giving you the nurse role play card. If you are a medical student or if you are a physiotherapist, if you are a pharmacist, the concerned department, whatever the allied healthcare candidates, so they will get the respective department questions only. So,
Okay.
as the nurse, we'll have our set of questions. So, first role play card will be finished. Okay, then the next role play card will be start. When finished, this entire session will be recorded, Anita. So, be mindful and don't worry. If you have any questions, you can ask, but don't ask during the role play card. Don't ever ask the examiner during the role play card how to pronounce this word or how to explain these things. If you have any concern, only the 3 minutes pre-preparation time will be there. That is the time you have to ask the examiner. After the
Okay.
3 minutes preparation time, everything is official. Though it is recording during your preparation time, they won't let you know. They won't feel anything. But during your 5 minutes role play card presentation time, if you ask questions, they will explain you and they will consume all your time. You will not have time to finish your role play card. So be
Okay.
prepared. Speaking is not that tough. You can do it very easily. Just you need it is you just need to have what do you call that the little patience to just
Okay.
to practice and get a good like one more person or friend, someone who can help you with. and a speaking partner. And if you don't have anyone, no worry at all. Your best friend is your mirror or your phone. Just try to record or do mirror presentation. Then you can definitely deal with it very easily.
Okay. Thank you
Yeah,
so much for clearing my doubt. Thank you,
no
dear.
problem. Any other doubts?
Yeah, it's clear, ma'am.